detailed account of the American Fork murder conspiracy case. In a chilling case that unfolded in American Fork, Utah, Kathryn Restelli, a 37-year-old mother of two, pleaded guilty on July 16, 2025, to orchestrating a calculated plot with her mother, Tracey Grist, and her brother Kevin Ellis to lure and kill her estranged husband Matthew Restelli, aged 34. The conspiracy, which culminated in Matthew's death on July 12, 2024, involved a fake ankle injury, a hidden tracking device, and a staged crime scene designed to make the killing appear as self-defense. Below is a comprehensive account of the case, based on court documents, police investigations, and news reports from reputable U.S. sources. Background and marital strife. Kathryn and Matthew Restelli, married for approximately 7.5 years, lived in California with their two young children, aged 3 and 5. Their marriage had been strained, described by Matthew's mother, Diane Restelli, as rocky due to financial struggles and Kathryn's volatile temperament. In June 2024, Kathryn left their home in Temecula, California, without informing Matthew, taking their children and the family truck to stay with her mother, Tracey Grist, in American Fork, Utah. This sudden departure left Matthew worried and confused, as he was unaware of her intentions to separate permanently. According to Diane, Matthew believed Kathryn's trip was temporary and that she would return to California. Kathryn, however, had no intention of returning. Court documents reveal she was researching Utah divorce laws and how to retain custody of her children, indicating her desire to end the marriage. She confided in her mother and online friends about her marital issues, alleging Matthew was verbally abusive, though she told police he had never physically harmed her or their children. The plot unfolds. The conspiracy to kill Matthew Restelli began to take shape in the months leading up to July 2024. Investigators uncovered a series of incriminating actions by Kathryn, her mother Tracey Grist, 59, and her brother Kevin Ellis, 34. Key elements of the plot included: 1. Tracking Matthew's movements. Kathryn's sister in California placed an Apple AirTag tracking device in Matthew's truck, allowing the family to monitor his location as he traveled from California to Utah. Text messages recovered by police showed Kathryn's sister updating her on Matthew's whereabouts, including a screenshot of his location near their California residence. 2. Luring Matthew to Utah. When Matthew offered to pay for a rental car for Kathryn to return to California, Tracey suggested faking an ankle injury to avoid the trip. Text messages between Kathryn and Tracey revealed a plan to wrap Kathryn's ankle to make it appear swollen, convincing Matthew that she was unable to drive. This prompted Matthew to make the 9-hour drive from California to American Fork to pick up his family, believing they would reconcile. 3. Staging the scene. The family meticulously prepared Tracey's home for Matthew's arrival. Kathryn provided Matthew with the gate code to the gated community, her mother's address, and a photo of the house. She also placed cardboard in the driveway at Matthew's request to prevent oil leaks from his truck. Meanwhile, Tracey removed a fabric screen door to ensure easy access, moved toys from the front room, and covered the living room couch to prevent bloodstains, indicating premeditation. 4. Internet searches and inspiration. Investigators found disturbing search histories on Kathryn and Tracey's devices. Kathryn researched spousal homicide cases and, curiously, what attracts mountain lions to humans, possibly referencing the wilderness property Diane had purchased for Matthew, where mountain lions were present. Tracey searched Utah gun laws, recent shootings, and information about the Dan Markle murder case in Florida, where a mother-in-law, Donna Adelson, was charged with orchestrating her son-in-law's murder. These searches suggested the family drew inspiration from similar crimes.
The murder.
On July 12, 2024, Matthew arrived at Tracey Grist's home in a gated American Fork community at 10:06 p.m. Within a minute, at 10:07 p.m., he was shot 7 times by Kevin Ellis, Kathryn's brother, in the hallway of the home. Kathryn remained upstairs with her children, who were unharmed and asleep. A neighbor heard gunshots and called 911 at 10:09 p.m., while Tracey waited until 10:15 p.m. to report the shooting, claiming Matthew had entered the home uninvited with a knife. When police arrived, they found Matthew dead with multiple gunshot wounds, a knife in his right hand, and several suspicious details. Matthew, who was left-handed, was holding the knife awkwardly in his non-dominant hand, with the blade facing the wrong way, suggesting it was placed there posthumously. Detective Joseph Norden of the American Fork Police Department noted empty shell casings on the floor, a firearm on the kitchen counter, and the knife, which was later traced to a subscription purchase made by Tracey Grist. The investigation and arrests. Kevin Ellis was arrested on July 12, 2024, and charged with first-degree felony murder, second-degree felony obstruction of justice, third-degree felony domestic violence in the presence of children, third-degree felony possession of a firearm by a restricted person, and a misdemeanor drug possession charge. Initially, Ellis claimed he acted in self-defense, alleging Matthew entered the home uninvited and threatened him with a knife. However, police quickly grew suspicious due to the knife's placement and other inconsistencies. Following an intensive, time-consuming, and meticulous investigation, American Fork Police arrested Kathryn Restelli and Tracey Grist on October 29, 2024. Both were charged with first-degree felony murder, second-degree felony conspiracy to commit murder, second-degree felony obstruction of justice, and 2 counts of third-degree felony domestic violence in the presence of a child. Tracey faced an additional charge of possession of a firearm by a restricted person. Digital evidence played a crucial role in unraveling the conspiracy. Text messages revealed discussions about faking the ankle injury, tracking Matthew's movements, and planning the self-defense narrative. A recorded phone call between Kathryn and a divorce attorney showed her concerns about custody laws, as California law might have required her to return the children to Matthew. Tracey's text to Kathryn: "Matt made it. So I want to kill him. I'm gonna kill him." And her searches about the Dan Markel case further implicated the family. Legal proceedings and guilty plea. Kathryn Restelli waived her right to a preliminary hearing and pleaded guilty on July 16, 2025, to reduced charges: second-degree felony murder, second-degree felony conspiracy to commit murder, and first-degree felony discharge of a firearm. In her plea statement, she admitted to luring Matthew to Utah under false pretenses, knowing her mother and brother planned to kill him and staged the scene as self-defense. She acknowledged discussing the plan with Tracey, who suggested placing a knife in Matthew's hand to sell the story. As part of the plea deal, charges of obstruction of justice and domestic violence were dismissed, and prosecutors agreed to recommend consecutive sentences for murder and firearm discharge, with the conspiracy charge running concurrently. Kathryn's sentencing is scheduled for September 9, 2025, where Matthew's family and friends are expected to deliver impact statements. She faces 6 years to life in prison. Tracey Grist and Kevin Ellis have pleaded not guilty and are set to face a joint jury trial in January 2026, with Grist's trial starting January 12th and Ellis's on January 20th. A judge found sufficient evidence to order Grist to stand trial, citing the knife placement and delayed 911 call as evidence against the self-defense claim. The Utah Public Defender's Office, initially representing all 3 defendants, cited a conflict of interest, and efforts are underway to secure separate counsel for Ellis and Grist. Family impact and public reaction. Diane Restelli, Matthew's mother, testified that she believed her son was set up. She described a phone call from Tracey Grist the day after the murder, bluntly stating, "Matt is dead," initially leading Diane to assume he died in a car accident. Diane canceled a planned family trip to Las Vegas in 2024 due to Kathryn's distant and uncomfortable behavior, indicating underlying tensions. The case has drawn comparisons to the Dan Markel murder, with social media posts on platforms like Reddit noting similarities in the family-driven conspiracy and custody disputes. The American Fork community was shocked by the crime, with neighbors reporting a heavy police presence on the night of the shooting. The children, now in the custody of Utah's Division of Child and Family Services, face an uncertain future as the legal proceedings continue. Conclusion. The murder of Matthew Restelli was a meticulously planned act rooted in marital discord and family collusion. Kathryn Restelli's guilty plea has shed light on the elaborate scheme, but questions remain as Tracey Grist and Kevin Ellis await trial. The case underscores the devastating consequences of domestic conflicts escalating to violence and the lengths to which individuals may go to conceal their crimes. As the community and Matthew's loved ones await justice, the tragedy serves as a stark reminder of the complexities of familial relationships and the legal system's role in uncovering truth.